Hello, guys. Okay, we are live. We are live. So, this is Nasdaq, the daily chart. Uh, let's delete that. Let's delete this for now. Yeah, so this is Nasdaq and SP500. So, I want us to do the daily analysis on today's price action. So, I usually like to start on a clean slate. Clean slate. So, yeah, of course, that is what we did yesterday. Hiyo yenye delete size. So, yeah, we have this daily liquidity sweep, which is also visible from the weekly chart. So it's also here, and we had that liquidity sweep on both assets, but on Nasdaq it was deeper, and on SP500 it was a bit more shallow. So it formed an SMT, a higher low type of type of stuff with this low. Okay, but either way we were able to get a liquidity sweep. So anytime you want to see price rallying to the upside, you need to see a liquidity sweep. And then anytime you want to see price rallying to the downside, you need to see a buy side liquidity sweep, at least on one of the assets, at least on one of the assets. And that is one of the things that I love about trading correlated assets, because at least one of them gives you the liquidity sweep before rallying to the opposite side. So yeah, on the daily, basically that was it. I got that liquidity sweep. Then yesterday we got this rally to the upside, which we traded very well. So today I want to trade the continuation of that, and you can see that we have a daily change in state of delivery on SP500. We were not able to form one here, but maybe on the futures chart it formed. So let's take a look. So yeah, even on the futures chart, it did not form, but either way, we got it on SP500. So let's go back to the CFDs, and then we'll see that on the 4 hour is where we did this analysis yesterday. We got this change in state to the upside. So we were able to catch that trade from around there. And 4 hour change in state, it rallied to the upside. We have not yet taken out these highs, so that becomes relative equal highs right there. And then on the 4 hour we are currently retracing. So yesterday I taught you something very important. I told you that whenever you see price retracing, you have to ask yourself, where is it retracing to? And I told you that price retraces to two areas only: an area of orders where we have pending orders, so that is an order block, or an area of imbalance. So looking at US 100, or maybe US 100, we do not have that kind of plain price action that can give us an order block. So I look at the correlated asset, which is SP500, and on SP500 I noticed that we have this order block. So we have this OB, this bullish order block, and then we have this imbalance right here. So, and we are currently inside that imbalance. Okay, so we have the imbalance and we have this OB. So as I have said, you have to ask yourself, where is price retracing to? Because we know we are in a bullish trend. So why is price retracing? Either an imbalance or to pick pending orders, the order blocks. Okay, so if this is an order block and this is an imbalance, and we are at 3 a.m. London session, it means that today's London session will probably give us the low of the day, or it will just generate liquidity which will be swept during the New York Open, 9:30 Open manipulation, something like that. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you is that I want to see something like this, this forming here. Then we can manipulate to the downside at 9:30, and then we get that displacement to the upside. Okay, so basically this will be the generated liquidity, this right here. This will be the generated liquidity, and then we can get that displacement to the downside, that quick displacement, which will be a manipulation, which will dip into the order block, respect this order block, which will hold price to the upside, and then I will get a change in state of delivery. Hey, sorry about that. Then maybe I can get a change in state of delivery around this area. So my setup will be somewhere there, and then the stop loss will be on the manipulation low. Okay, so that is what I want to see today from this price. We are already retracing into that imbalance, so it's that easy for today. It's really that easy, and we do not have any high impact or medium impact news. So I will just be trading looking at time. So today London session, I do not have any setup. And as you can see, we have swept the Asian lows. We have swept the Asian lows, and we have not been able to break that structure. So that tells you something. That tells you something. So as of now, we have not been able to break that structure. So it's still a liquidity sweep. Then I think we have done it also on Nasdaq. Let's see. Yes, but on Nasdaq now we have gotten what we call a break of structure to the downside. So that's why I'm saying we might be going to the downside to retest this 1 hour, the 4 hour order blocks, which means we will dip up to 74.94, something like that, and then trade to the upside. So yeah, we have swept this Asian session lows. Asian session lows. So you have to be very mindful of the session lows, previous day lows, previous week lows. Those are very important. Those are very key levels, because if today, right now, price does gives us a 1 hour change in state of delivery right here. Okay, for example, this is just an example. If we get a change in state of delivery here to the upside, I will take that position, I will take that long position and put my stop loss right here. Okay, then I will target TP1, this relative equal highs, this high and this high, these are relative equal highs. And then I will also leave a runner to run maybe to the rest of the price action, which is around these highs. Okay, so yeah, and if that happens, I will be able to get a very good 3.3 hour setup. Okay, so if price gives us a 1 hour change in state here, I will take that trade based on the fact that we have a liquidity sweep, Asian session lows swept, and then we have a 1 hour change in state, and then what else do we have? We will have the same thing on this other side, liquidity sweep, change in state, and then price should pump to the upside, and then we will also be reacting off from this huge manipulation candle, which was an order block. It reached into another area of order blocks right here, so it could be an area of importance to us today. So basically that's it. That's what I'm looking at, but I do not think we will be getting that. As I have said, I think we will probably accumulate here, then get a slight manipulation to the downside, which where then we will look for positions to trade to the upside. It's a Friday. I do not expect much from this price action. We have mostly done a lot in terms of the weekly candle. It has done a lot. It has done what it was supposed to do this week. It was supposed to create this week, which creates momentum for the bullish run that we are about to go on, probably next week. So I think we have done very well this week in terms of the price action on Nasdaq and SP500. So I do not expect much from it, and that is why I will not be trading the London session. I just want to see how it does, and then during the New York, I'm sure I will get a bulk of that expansion. So the expansion, I will be targeting these highs and these highs. Okay, so on the 4 hour, it will look something like this. I will be targeting this and this high. Okay, and this high and this high, which will be the relative equal highs. So yeah, that is what I'm looking at on Nasdaq and SP500. And right now I'm on the lookout for this, although I don't think it will hold because of the reasons that I have explained. I still think we need to retest this order block right here. So yes. For the levels that I do not want to see being disrespected, maybe I can go to the daily chart and just show you. Probably I do not want to see price coming below the range of this week, of yesterday's body, because we really covered a good chunk of the price action. So I would not like to see price cover going below 0.5 level, which is here. So that is not a level that I expect price to close below. We can retest, but we cannot close below at all. If we close below, then our Yes, beautiful, 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 beautiful stuff. So if we close below this, then it will have invalidated the setup temporarily. So it means I will be maybe changing my bias a little bit. So yeah, yes, as you can see, it always aligns. As I have drawn this several times this week, and you have seen that when you draw it from the higher time frame, the daily, the zero point 0.5 level, when you come to the lower time frames, for example, the 1 hour, you will find that there are order blocks. So those are areas of retest. Okay, that's an equilibrium of that price action. So we could get a retracement to that level, and if maybe I can add some source on that, then you'll notice that this is the 0.25 level. If I can divide this further into two parts, okay, if I divide it further into two parts, then you'll notice that it is the 0.25 level, and then we have this order block lying right there. Okay, so yes, we can dip into discount, revisit these order blocks, and then get a change in state of delivery, then yeah, trade to the upside. So basically that's what I'm seeing.